Oh,
Wesker from Resident Evil.
yeah.
Yeah. She reminded me of
But
Wesker from Resident Evil. She was just that goddamn fast.
She's smacking Superman around, and then Superman looks over to Pete Ross, who's peeking around I guess the guest count, the counter where he basically, take people to their table. He's peeking around.
Yeah.
He sees Superman. Superman looks in his direction, and it's sort of like thinking like Superman's going, "Oh, hey, Pete." Boom. Oh, sorry, Pete. I didn't mean to no, it's more like Superman's when he sees Pete. It's almost like he's saying in his mind, "Oh, sorry that I messed up your job." It's like you're going to probably be out of work for a couple of days or weeks while this
Yeah.
thing gets fixed up. Sorry. It's like,
Yeah.
you know.
How did you guys feel that Superman had to kill General Zod in the way he had to save them people?
Well, at first I was going like, wait a second, Superman does not kill people. And then I remembered, wait, in the comics he actually has killed some Kryptonians, but only on the rare occasion that there was no choice. And here, it was like I said, what pisses me off 710 in the discussion on Facebook was it was either he kills Zod or let Zod burn up the family there, and if the family got burned up, then he would be morally responsible because he let it happen. He could have stopped it if he let Zod live.
Well, John was saying what pisses me off 17 was saying like when he killed Zod and he was thinking that the family also died as well at the same time. That's why he screamed so much emotionally,
What?
building it all in.
What, he thought the family died?
Yeah.
But didn't the family live?
I don't know. I can't really remember. That's what John says. Yeah. I'll have to rewatch it again properly.
Because what I recall is that Zod did his heat vision against the wall and slowly moving toward the family there, and they're freaking out because it's coming closer and closer, and Superman is pleading with them to stop, and it finally gets to the point where Superman kills Zod by breaking his neck because no choice, He tried reasoning, didn't work, so I had to break his neck, and then he, I was trying to make sense of why did he, scream out like that after he killed Zod. I mean, is he feeling remorse for killing Zod, or is that, like basically the last in his mind, he's probably thinking Zod was the last link. To people.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting what they do with the franchise from here.
Yeah, they will, because they'll be moving forward with Justice League. This is just the first stepping stone of that border.
Well, my question is, if they jump ahead with Justice League, is it going to be a small cast? Or is the roster going to be small and not the basic foundation of Wonder Woman, Batman, Flash, Green Lantern, Cyborg, or Martian Manhunter? Or, is it going to be short and then focus on a few characters and then expand upon more characters in a sequel? Because that's the only thing I can make sense of, to have it be like 3 or 4 people. And if they're really going to push forward with it that way, then they're going to have to make the movie longer.
Yeah, well, with the facts with these Easter egg hints, they will expand on the DC universe in this franchise, so yeah.
Also, they're going to have a brand new Green Lantern, a brand new Batman?
I reckon Ryan Reynolds will come back, because I think, in my opinion, he will come back for Green Lantern 2 for more character development. And he could be like killed off in Justice League, and he could give the ring to somebody else.
No, because Hal Jordan is the founding member of the Justice League. He was there when the whole thing started, so you can't really kill off Green Lantern there. And he never died. He basically, I think, he quit at one point, and then another character came in who I can't recall.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna reboot Green Lantern.
I'm
Yeah,
curious. I'm curious to see
probably.
what they'll do with Wonder Woman
And probably Hawk Girl, maybe. Is
because
she gonna be in it?
I don't know.
they've
Oh,
never they've never done a good female superhero movie.
Oh yeah,
too sexist, man.
like it's like the Wonder Woman pilot that never basically got aired. That's the first.
Okay, what is that in the background?
Yeah, it's like is someone opening a door?
And all of a sudden I just heard glass broke all of a sudden.
Is that coming from your side, Chris?
No.
I don't know what it is.
Well, it's not from me.
You must be
Not
hearing.
me.
You must be hearing things, man.
Oh.
I don't know.
Side of madness.
Hmm.
I guess that's just me.
Actually,
Go
this,
ahead.
this is just something I want to bring up. Do you think we've entered maybe a golden age for superhero films now? We've entered kind of like a golden age because a lot of these superhero movies are actually turning out to be good.
Oh, you mean
What do you
where?
mean? What do you mean for the technology?
You mean like for the technology, the storytelling, everything? Because we've really had like superhero movies, despite like Iron Man 3, Iron Man 2, and a few others. They've been good. Superhero movies have been actually surprisingly good. A lot of them have.
Well, compared to Iron Man 3, I'll go back and rewatch Iron Man 2.
Well,
Uh,
compared
uh,
to stuff like from the 90s, though.
oh
90s
yeah.
superhero films and 80s superhero movies were terrible. I mean, now they're getting good with good stories. It seems like we've entered a golden age of superhero movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, superhero movies were all based on, okay, well, this character has this name, and this love interest is for this character, and this is the city it's based in, and here's the villain. Didn't really go into much detail beyond that. Now it's, they're actually paying attention to comic books, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. How did you guys like when Superman was trying to fly for the first time, but he jumped?
Oh, yeah, because that is what I got right after that
Yeah.
he was doing that.
Yeah.
That's
It's
sandpaper.
Okay.
It's on my. Go
Yeah,
on.
like what I found funny from a review I watched, which I will not mention this person's name, but I kind of face palmed at that this person they viewed that scene of Superman thing, no joke, comedic. That they could have cut that part out of the movie, just had him fly. Anybody who knows about Superman, comics in general, the history, knows that Superman, from the very beginning, like I'm talking about 1938, the first issue from Action Comics, Superman did not fly. He leaped everywhere. That's why you hear the leap tall buildings in a single bound, because he literally leapt from from location to location, little spots here to his rescuing. Then he figured out how to fly. That was basically, I viewed it as a nod to that, to the classic Superman. And then of course he wouldn't master flight right off the bat because this is more realistic. You would need sort of training. It's like first 2 tries, 3, 4 times, not work. So then he focuses more, and then he masters the flight ability. And then Jor-El on the ship. I mean, that was kind of, it was good, but at the same time it was kind of like almost creepy. Like it's like the Kryptonian GPS. Go this direction. In here. Close this door. It was like go into this pod, Lois. Or it's like, whoa. I like that comedic moment from the audio review back to Spill.com, where it's like Kurt Russell, or no, not Kurt Russell, Russell Crowe, correction, Russell.
Yeah.
It's almost like a comedic. Okay, it's like Russell Crowe's this big time actor, and he looks at the script. It's like, wait, why does why does Kevin Costner have all these scenes? No, cut this guy, like, put me in his film more. Get me my egg. I'm not saying that happened, but it's like, I wouldn't be surprised. It's like, I'm not going to be in the movie for 5 minutes. I'm having more screen time. It was a reversal there. It's like, Jonathan Kent had more screen time than Gorell in the 1978 film. Here, Kevin Costner, small points, but very good points. He's doing the platitude thing.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I think there's going to be at least one deleted scene. I hope there's more deleted scenes when the home release comes out. I think it might come out by Christmas time. Hoping.
Yeah.
DVD and Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Do you know the...
There's
sorry.
one deleted scene I read about, which I knew about, but I didn't know that it was going to be a deleted scene. Before the movie bud got cut, it's when the Kent said something's happening with Clark, and I guess his powers are kind of manifesting, I think, and they take him to a clinic to get checked to, like, a pediatrician, and I guess the doctor or nurse, I get they're giving them a shot, I think, and the little child or baby or whatnot screams, and that scream it shatters the windows. I mean, boom, knocks out all the windows. I mean, just picture that sound causing the windows to completely shatter out. That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
how did you guys feel that Kryptonite was in this movie? Because when Superman went into space, he couldn't hardly breathe, could he? Because he wasn't adapting to that Kryptonian atmosphere. I think, in a way, that was kind of the Kryptonite.
I know.
The crystal.
I don't think it was kryptonite. I think it was more. It made more sense because well, the way how the Kryptonians, they needed to be basically in a breathing mask. So but I was kind of stumped by why when Feora landed on Earth and she's like, okay, we want Kal-El and that woman, she's wearing a mask, and I'm going, well, you're looking at Kal-El, so don't you think you might not need the mask now?
It's like, you mind showing me your face?
Yeah, it's like it's like later she does, but maybe at that time she hadn't adapted yet. But of course, Zod said the reason why he's having trouble breathing and spitting up blood is because he hasn't spent any time on Krypton. I mean, he barely when he was a baby, basically born, he's like shot off into space. He
for
Krypton.
Yeah, for 33 years. So.
Yeah, and another thing, he's 33 years. Well, what exactly did he do? I mean, between growing up, and, has he been working from here and there? And speaking of which, his job at the bar, when he stepped in to help that woman who was being harassed by the drunk. I mean, you're looking at him, it's like, okay, he's gonna fight her. Not fight her. Fight him, and she's like, he's going in there to basically defend her honor because she's being harassed, and he's like, he's not worth it, Clark. And so he's like, I guess he quit or something, and then the guy is leaving, and when I saw that, I'm going, oh yeah, a fight's gonna break out, bust out, like Clark's gonna show up there, and it's like, and the director's be like, what, and punch him, and hurt his hand. Yeah, I thought that was going to happen. Yeah. No, he ended up looking at his vehicle, and there's logs sticking into the truck, and it's like propped up, and I'm like, that's right out of Smallville with the instead of being stacked up in the pilot.
Yeah.
It was all messed up. Like, I was kind of disappointed a little bit that there wasn't a fight in there. I was like, oh man, because he was a douche to Clark. Like, he poured beer on top of his head, and I'm like, come on, like.
Yeah.
Clark's gonna, use a little bit of that power, not hurt him much, but just knock him out, or something like that. But no.
Yeah.
I wonder
He
how
would
he.
have squashed him. He would have squashed